Hi everybody, I thought we'd crack on with this guy. I need to get it finished because I'm way behind because I need to do this month's patterns. This is last month's patterns and it's still not done. I've finished my rock segment through here and coming up through here. The one thing I would say which is really important is these light tones, just these few light tones that you have to put in. They're really important because they really bring the whole thing to life. So make sure you get those in. So I'm going to go into the sea area now. There's a lot of blue on this picture, but for each area, so we've got like the sky area, we've got this sort of greeny blue that comes across through the lighting area, we've got the wave area, and then this is obviously a bit more sky, and then we've got the sea area. But for each area I'm giving them I'm giving them their own set of blues, if you see what I mean. And then occasionally I'll just bring one back in just to tie it all together. So for my sea, this is my set of blues. So I haven't used these blues. Well, I may have used this one. Something similar anyway. It's similar to that. It's not actually the same, but it is similar. But that's going to tie it in. And I'm also going to, if I can find it, yeah, I can. I'm going to use a bit more of this, which I've got up here. And it's just sort of ties everything in again, if that makes sense. But they have got their distinctly own blue, and that will just distinguish each area, hopefully, as we go. So I've got to put this piece in, which is the grey piece, which I've already cut out, save a bit of time. And I've got this little rocky area which I used the same colours that came from there. I already put that in, obviously, because my biggest worry is not being able to find the same fabrics that I've used. I'm doing other projects at the same time and then I can't find them. Okay, so that's sort of roughly in the right spot. So I'm just going to iron the top area just to hold it in place. And then obviously my rocks are coming over the top of that, so I'm just going to take those off. Pop it back on the top. Oh, and I've got a bit of a wave going through there as well. Got this little bit. I'll just show you. So it's this piece coming across here, if you can see, across there. So it's not stuck very well on there, so I'm just giving it another stick down. It just comes across like that, and that goes under there. And then it's the same blue as this. It just drops under here. which was this. Guessing scissors again. So just roughly at the top, bottom shape is all I need. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this area here. And I've done all the hard work with all the fiddly cutting around there, so I can just roughly cut that round. Saying that, I haven't got best edge on there, so I think I might actually cut it out quite carefully. And overlap it. There's a bit of a high, thick old edge I've got on that purple. Right, the rest is okay. So let's find what I'm going to use. That'd be ideal, but I haven't got enough of it. Right, let's see if I can find anything in my magic box of blue and green, I might add. There it is. Just twiddle your thumbs a bit while I just hunt through. It's too wild, isn't it? I don't know. Kind of quite like that. I'll just leave that there. Excuse me, it's a very long rummage. So it's a big box. It's a bit boring. It's a bit too similar to what I've already got. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. I think we'll go with that. Not the yellowy bit at the bottom, obviously, but that bit. Should cut out quite nicely as well because it's quite a thin fabric. And those trickier bits. So here we go. Remember to put your hands up, Maxine. This pattern isn't too difficult, but it's a surprisingly big pattern, if you know what I mean. It's the same size as all the others, but there is quite a lot of cutting. There's a lot of shapes to cut out. But nothing overly small, just quite a lot of fussy cutting about. But it's worth it. Go back and cut these few bits out. See how that looks with those bits that I've cut. Don't fit very well. Just need to I can literally iron those into place, I think. Let's have a go. That's why it's always easier to actually put things behind than on top, because you've got to get your cutting absolutely spot on. I'm going to put that in place because that is right there. And as you can, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I've got a puff there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it right down. So technically it's two pieces now, but that's all right because you won't notice it once all your stitching is done. You're not going to see it. So that can go right down. Quite like that to come up under there. That's it. So as you can see, you can't see where I've just cut across there, and it's just made it fit. Just improvising a bit. And I've got this piece across here. And I just put these big pieces in. going off the edge, obviously, because I wrapped mine around canvas. Didn't do the top line. Don't want to waste my fabric. So. I'm going to use that down there. Similar colour to this up here, but it's a different fabric, so it's not so shiny. So when I was doing the rocks, everything was very jagged. So now I'm onto the waves. I'm just slightly rounding things off a little bit more, give it a bit more of a fluidity. I mean, there are sharp angles still, but just in one or two places, just curving things around a little bit. Just think about what you do, you know, what areas you're in, what you're trying to represent. So water is a bit more fluid, isn't it? Well, obviously, this is a stupid thing to say. Okay, still spiky, but with a bit more of a cornered feel to it, a bit more of smooth corners. So I'm just going to flip under this bit. Okay. So into this piece. How far across does that go? It's a big piece. So let's see exactly where we are. It comes across here. Over here. So I'm going to go across up there and then do this piece and stick it on the top. So let me fit on there. Oops, sorry, wobbling about. draw this in as well, so I've got it to cut out. There we go. Cut it out first, quite a big bit, roughly, so I'm not holding all of that up. And let's find the right colour. Will it fit on there? Yes, it will, so that's perfect. I must get so bored with just watching me cutting things out. I'm hoping to sort out a website, but I keep saying that, and I've brought it, and I just keep looking at it and not really knowing what to do. And I've got so much other stuff going on, I keep putting it to the side. I think it might be easier though, with the patterns and stuff, I could maybe just put the patterns on there. Sorry about the phone call. Right, so I have cut this piece out. So we'll put that in. Just a little bit of paper on the back. It don't feel very hot. That's right, no it's not. And I also cut out the bit that runs under here. There we go. Just roughly work out how that goes. So it's basically fits here. Maybe down like that. So I got one of the dogs chewing in a bone, typically. Right, so I'm just going to do one more bit. I'm going to leave you all in peace for a little while. So which bit should I do? Do this bit that runs right the way along here. So it is, it's quite a big bit, so let's start here. So it comes, so although I've got that bit there, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to have it running right the way along. Sometimes I over fiddly, so feel free not to do every single little bit. I think I've said that before. Now the dog's drinking. Right off the edge. And I've used quite a lot of plain so far, so I'm going to use a floral or patterned bit to go in there. Should look quite nice. Just about fits on there. And just go around it as quickly as I can for your benefit. Girls, do you need to chew that quite like that, Myrtle? Yes, is the answer to that question. Right, I'm just going. I even need to cut that out. Let's go back, cut this piece out here. And this bit in here. Just put this bit in and then I'll leave you all in peace. And there's right down there. Just gonna stick that there, so that's in the right spot. And I can manipulate the rest of it around a bit. It's surprising how much you can kind of pull and tug your fabric into the right spots, and it will still lay relatively flat as well. Right, I'm going to leave you with the sound of dog eating bone. and I'll finish the rest of this off. I'll probably actually finish the rest of all of it off, and then we'll come back to my absolute favourite bit, which is the sewing. You all know how much I love sewing. I'm sure you, before Christmas, you know, I managed to break my sewing machine, or one of my sewing machines, and that got sent off last week, and the man's already phoned me up to say what a mess I've made of it. So I feel quite chastised. Okay, so I'll see you again soon. Bye.